So when we started this journey like about 3.5 years back, we were already pretty strong on the individual side of the business. We had customers in production with individual life insurance, with annuities, variable products across the US and Canada. And when the opportunities in the group space came about, we had a chassis that was designed and structured to support individual in a true sense, but also group in a true sense. And when we went about this process, there were two ways we could go. One was inside out, where we kind of did it from a pure design and technology standpoint, with architects saying what's the best approach in the world to kind of go about designing the different products. Or we could just go out to the market and understand what the market needs, what kind of system would really kind of be kind of the dream system for the group insurance carriers, what would suit the true group, the voluntary or the worksite kind of products, etc. But one of the things that we soon realized was that this was not a market that was used to new technologies. It was not a market where there were other systems that you could simply reference and kind of attempt to match up. It was something that required a mix of both. So we took the context from the insurance carriers. We understood what they wanted to achieve purely from a business standpoint. But we also let our architects think through what design patterns we could implement. So we just didn't take that insurance carriers just on the word. What that resulted in is we stopped thinking about things in the context of true group, in the context of voluntary benefits, in the context of worksite, because these definitions started to vary from customer to customer and even within a customer depending on who you spoke to. So the first things that we said is that let's start treating an insurance product for what it is, just an insurance product. So if we talk about critical illness, we think that it's the coverage that in the end an individual gets that matters. Whether it comes to him because the employer is paying for it, whether the employee is paying, whether it's shared in terms of the funding, whether it depends on who is owning the policy and whether they can port the policy out, whether it limits or allows them more transaction and flexibility on the coverage that they own, are all different aspects of that coverage. So we separated out that concept and that line of thinking from what the market need really was, and which was really offering these insurance coverages to the end customer, whether they were an employee or a retail individual. So that's generally how we took as an approach to how we went about building the product. And a lot of the benefits are now there to see and how flexible the system is to take forward.